YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dej, and today I'm doing my very first homemade baked bagels. Girl, I didn't know which yeast to use, so I got both yeasts, and then I was looking up some stuff, and then they said you could use either or, and then I started to get nervous because they was like the instant one rises instantly, and I'm like, I don't want it to start doing stuff that I don't know what I'm doing. So as you can see here, I'm still trying to decipher which one I want to use. But then I decided to use the active dry yeast because I watched a video and somebody else used the active dry yeast. And from the looks of it, after this whole video, I decided that I should have used the instant yeast. As you can see here, I'm supposed to be measuring out a cup of water or a cup and a half of water, and I think I used too much because after this my bagels were kind of like wet. But please don't mind my hair as well because today is wash day and it's conditioning. So I got to using the active dry yeast, and it's supposed to be a teaspoon of active dry yeast in a cup and a half of water. I don't know. That's what the ingredients called for. So I put it on the spoon, I put it inside the water, mix it all together, and I set it aside for, I think, 15 minutes. And right here, I don't even know if that this is a teaspoon because this is looking more like 2 tablespoons instead of 1 tablespoon. But since it's already on there, I'm going to have to just pour it in there. That's it. And so this recipe also calls for 3 cups of bread flour. I don't know where my dry measuring cup went for the cup, but we're just gonna use our mathematical brains and we're gonna portion all of this out. I seen another recipe that did call for all-purpose flour. I don't really know what the difference was with the bread flour, but you know, I just decided to choose that one instead. Also, the recipe calls for 1, 2 no, just 1.5 tablespoons of salt. Don't be salting it too much, okay? Just don't go too crazy. The next step is pull your yeast from the side, stir it up again, and then you combine it with the flour, and you not knead it, but fold everything in together. So keep on mixing it all together until it becomes formed into a little dough ball and stuff like that. Please still don't mind my hair because I'm still in the process. It's wash day, like I told you before. It's coming together. I'm a watercolor. My hair changes every 5 minutes. Just bear with me. I guess the next step is to lay out all your dough, and the guy who I was watching, he said don't worry about the little crumbs that come out because they're all gonna form together either way. Just fold it over into a ball. It's supposed to like fold all the corners into a little ball, and then when you're done folding the corners into a ball, you oil up a bowl, and then you put the dough inside of the bowl and you let it sit with a cloth over top of it or a kitchen rag over it for an hour. So that's what my dough came out looking like. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to look like, but I'm proud of it. Like I said, this is my first time, and I'm excited because when you look on the back of those bagel packages, they be saying a whole bunch of this full heffermethyltryptamine and all that extra stuff, baby. I don't know what that is. So if I make my own, I know what I'm putting in it. I know what it is. Okay? By the way, I'm dancing in this clip because I finished my hair in under 2 hours, and that's record time for me. So anyway, the dough is finished. It looked like it's spread out. You're supposed to punch it, whatever the case may be. You're supposed to flour your surface down, pour it out, divide it into 8 or 6 sections, and then Let them sit again with a wet, damp towel cloth thing over it for 15 minutes. Make sure you, before you put the wet damp cloth over top of them again, that you fold them all into little bowls. Fold all the corners in until it's nice and cute. Flip it over, and then that's when you put the cloth on top. Once your 15 minutes are up, take the cloth off, flour your hands down, and then with 2 fingers, twirl the bagels around, like poke a hole with your thumb in your middle finger to make a hole, and then twirl them around with your 2 index fingers so that they can open up. So this being my first time, I didn't know that you had to then knead the dough after you take it out of the oiled bowl, or before you take it out the oiled bowl, to make sure that the dough is nice and soft so that you can get that nice glamorous soft bakery bagel look. So for next time, I'll know that. So the next step is you have to boil them on each side for 30 seconds to 1 minute. Okay, so you just flip them over to the next side, and if you have a child like me, please expect them to be all up in your business, baby. And please make sure that they don't get burnt, because these kids just don't know any better, honey. Promise. Also, you're gonna need a pan or whatever sort what you're gonna put your bagels on. You need some parchment paper, which I didn't check to see if I had before I started this project, and you're gonna wanna put them on top of the parchment paper or whatever it is. My last set of bagels that I did use paper towel, and they didn't get stuck to or anything like that, and I made sure all the excess water and all that stuff was off the bagel. That also helps them to bake a little bit better. Okay, this next clip might be a little suspicious, but this is what they came out like. But honestly, at this point I was like, dang, I'm doomed. But we're still trusting the process on these because I really wanted to make these bagels. So we're sticking to it. We're sticking to our guns. Came to the conclusion that I was very unprepared and this whole video is ghetto, but we are starting off and we're doing our egg wash to finish it off. We're supposed to have a brush and brush it over the bagels to give them that shine as they bake inside of the oven. This is what they look like after the egg wash. I don't really see too much of a difference, but I already preheat the oven to 350. We're going to leave them in the oven for about 45 minutes, and then we're going to take them out. Okay, this is what the bagels officially came out like after 45 minutes. They are okay looking, I guess. You know what I'm saying? It does smell good in here, I'm not gonna lie. It was smelling mad good when I had them, when I seen them. But first, we really gotta test it out. We gotta see like the texture of it to see if it's like, you know, bagel material. And it felt like it to me. Shoot. also very excited because they all fit inside of my little container that I had got for them, which was like so amazing to me. But right here, it's a taste test. I promise y'all, when I made this and I tasted it, I was not capping. I'm telling you, it was giving a calm 7 out of 10 because, you know, I tasted better bagels, but this was like, wow, for my first time, mad good. Feel me? So I was mad excited and all that. And also, I had to get the real taste tester, and that's my son, because, you know, he don't like nothing. He'll say something's nasty off rip if it's nasty. Tell you. Yeah. And it's Cadence approved. Thank you for watching. If you want more content, subscribe for more.